Guys, we are back with one more match day preview before the international break, and it's going to be a road trip to California to take on the struggling LA Galaxy side. But I don't want to speak too soon in terms of jinxing stuff. We got a lot to talk about for this crucial matchup against LA Galaxy. This could be a statement result if it goes their way, if it doesn't go their way. So we just need to get a result that we need, and we'll discuss more on the matchday preview starting now. Good morning, RSL Nation, and happy Champions League final day for the UEFA Champions League. It's happening today as well. It's your favorite sports maniac and RSL fan Gabino, and today we'll be discussing Real Salt Lake at the LA Galaxy tonight. And we are all hands on deck. We got a couple key players that are leaving for their respective national teams to represent with them, and what Real Salt Lake could really use right now is a big win. We could have won on Wednesday against Austin, but then we conceded in the dying minutes. So lots to talk about. So without any further ado, let's get started. Our last matchup took place almost 2 months ago, and we were the home team at the time. RSL took on the LA Galaxy. It was the day before my birthday. And all the events occurred in the first half. Goal number 1 for RSL goes to our moon man, Diego Luna. Good cross in, good build up, and then of course the final touch by Diego Luna. And 1-0 RSL as early as the 20th minute, if I remember that correctly. Good start for RSL. But it didn't last them long until they doubled their lead. And that was a miscue between the Galaxy keeper and the defender. This pass goes into the feet of Diego Luna, and Diego Luna ends up capitalizing and make it 2-0 RSL. At the time, those 2 goals were the only thing that needed for RSL to win that night. It was a big game, big result, big 3 points, 2-0 win at home against the LA Galaxy. And now the previous matchup aside, now the question is, can the LA Galaxy find their first win of the season? Because as of right now, they're not looking too hot right now. They've lost most of their games. I think they've only tied like 4 times, and they got 4 points. We'll show you more on the Western Conference table when we get to that point. But questions heading into tonight as we speak. Let's move on. Injury/disciplinary report. As I know of, it's going to be the same people. Jermaine Brown remains out. Matthew Bell McMath remains out. Yo Gonzalez is considered questionable, not only for a heel injury that he picked up in training, but also for disciplinary actions per RSL, per the Wasatch team's page, about him having a negative attitude during team practices, which is understandable, and Gonzalez needs to learn from that. Adding onto the list, sadly and unfortunately, is Emeka Nelly. He is expected to be ruled out for months. It doesn't specify how long, it doesn't specify what kind of injury he picked up. But as I know, if it's an injury he picked up against Vancouver, that was unknown. So I hope it's not too serious, and hopefully he'll get back on the field as soon as possible, because I think he's done it. Given RSL a positive impact as of this season and last season, he's done pretty good. Now, enough with the injuries. We're going to the disciplinary side. The disciplinary side still has not changed. Catranis and Ojeda remain on yellow card warning. If they get booked, they will miss our game in 2 weeks against DC United at home. And then Anelli will not be playing, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And then Luna is 2 away from his suspension, so it's time to tone it down and hopefully be needed for the most important games in this season. So let's hope for nothing negative more to happen. I know the Galaxy are not looking as bright. I'm still going to do it anyway. There are the 2 players that you need to watch from the LA Galaxy. So, number 1, if he's playing, Gabriel Peck. Last year's top goal scorer for the Galaxy. He's got a couple this year. He is a striker with magic in his pocket. He can do anything to scare the defense and find the back of the net, and he is all of that. So he's going to be dangerous up top. And then a player that hasn't had that much big of an impact. He did make an impact in El Tráfico when they tied to LAFC. I am talking about the German legend, Marquito Reus. 2 goals this season, both spectacular. I would reckon he'd be benched and then subbed on sometime during the second half, and he might bag a goal or 2. And he is just a super sub with a lot of spirits and a lot of magic to come. Those are the 2 players that RSL will need to keep an eye on for tonight at the Bigs. Alright, LA Galaxy. RSL is giving you 2 players to look out for. And I am going to mention, it's going to be the same players that I mentioned on Wednesday. So Rafael Cabral, our goalkeeper, is number 1. Did you see the saves that he did on Wednesday night against Austin? That was perfect. Literally perfect. Big saves. It was unfortunate that he conceded the goal, but sometimes he'll pull out the out of nowhere saves, and it gives us results. It helps us get a point. It helps us with something. He's literally keep doing everything he can to not concede, and as of most of the season, I don't think any of the goals were his fault, really. So, and then our second player we need to keep an eye out for is going to be Moon Man, Diego Luna. He is spectacular. He couldn't find a goal. He had chances, and he did pull off a great assist to Willy Gada for his first RSL goal, and that was a thing of beauty. Cabral and Luna are the players to look out for. Standings time on to the side of me. Real Salt Lake has not changed. They got a point on Wednesday, and they remain as they are in 12th place. And I'm shocked to see a couple teams down at the bottom of the playoff lines, such as us. FC Dallas is on there, Austin's down there, St. Louis is down there. But the LA Galaxy in last place. They're at the bottom of the table with only 4 points. 4 draws and the rest are losses. So, only a matter of time for the Galaxy to get their first win. Hopefully not tonight, but hopefully in the future. Score prediction time. And based on how this season has gone out, I think it is going to be a 3-1 win in favor of Real Salt Lake. So it'll start with a goal by Javier Gosso. Not even 10 minutes in, he will score first. And then towards the end of the first half, Luna will score a penalty kick. We get fouled inside the box, and then a penalty will occur, and he'll score 2-0 there. Luna will score again in the second half. In 60-something minute, to make it 3-0. Surprise me with how you score. If it's a simple tap-in or if it's a worldie of a shot. And then the Galaxy ruined the clean sheet with a Marco Royce header. 3-1. And that is my prediction for tonight's game between the LA Galaxy and Real Salt Lake, just in time before the international break. Well, guys, that is all I have for this match day preview. If you guys want to follow me on my TikTok, I'll leave a link into the description. I'm doing a lot for the Stanley Cup playoffs right now, and the Stanley Cup final will actually be confirmed. I think it's going to be between Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers. So, yeah, lots to talk about for the Stanley Cup final, but you guys can see it on my TikTok. I do a lot of behind the scenes for Real Salt Lake and the Utah Royals, including player rating, post-game reaction, and my game day pep talk and all that. So if you're looking for a good time, click the link, give me a follow, and we'll go from there. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Smash a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to 150 subscribers, so it would help if you guys subscribe. Once again, RSL on top. Yeah! We'll see you guys in 2 weeks after the international break. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.